Oh, it's working. Hi. So the reason that I'm awkwardly and probably badly making this video, um, there's a few reasons. One of which is that I got a few messages from people who were reading my special Effing Tumor blog and noticed that I haven't posted on it in a really long time. And they're not Facebook friends with me, so they have no idea what's going on. The lack of updates is not because I am dead. It is due to my inability to finish stuff ever. And the fact that, when I started writing the blog, it was hopefully going to not just be an outlet for me, but a way for me to maybe write something insightful or funny or just interesting about getting treated for this unusual kind of cancer. And what I found out, unfortunately, is that treatment, in my case anyway, has been long, tedious, repetitive, and pretty boring. Sometimes also depressing and gross. So I just didn't really see the point in publicly documenting it on a regular basis because it would be tedious and boring and repetitive, and I'm not really interested in doing that, and I don't think people would necessarily want to read it. The other reason that I'm making this video is because I have a lot of friends and loved ones and people who I'm lucky enough to have care about me, that I have not seen in a long time, or I just don't get to really sit down and chat with enough. People are busy. I'm not going to impose upon your schedule by insisting on Skyping with every single one of you to say the same stuff over and over and over again. So this is my solution to that, so that you can see, that I am indeed alive and I'm sitting up and talking and things are cool. I have been on 2-week cycles of oral chemo meds for the last 9 months. It was, most of the time it was not as bad as I expected. It left me relatively functional about 90% of the time, just very tired mostly. And this past week, I finished what is theoretically my last round of chemo meds. The reason for that is because, according to Dr. H, my oncologist, I have pretty much maxed out the possible effectiveness of this cocktail of drugs on the type of tumor that I have, which is a neuroendocrine tumor. So I had a CAT scan done at the beginning of this week, which I will get the results from on Monday. Today's Friday, so in a couple of days, we will find out what the deal is. And one of two things, to my understanding, are going to happen. Either they're going to see that the chemo has kicked Jeffrey's ass enough that he has shrunken off of those arteries that have been preventing me from getting surgery, and that he's ready to just be surgically evicted. Or, if I'm not quite there yet, we're looking at 6 weeks of radiation, 5 days a week, which sucks. But from what I understand, it's not that bad. It's not that ridiculously painful, especially because I'm getting it on my abdomen, not on my head, like some people have to get, if they have like brain tumors, or my throat, or on my chest. It's considerably less gnarly than that. So I am grateful for that. So if I have to go the radiation route, then I will be getting what is called a Whipple surgery within 8 weeks after the end of radiation. So the end is nigh for Jeffrey either way. If you are morbidly curious, you can look up the Whipple surgery. It's really intense, and it is not for the squeamish. If you're really super squeamish, or you have a really vivid imagination, you might want to turn the volume down for the next 30 seconds or so. What they're going to be doing is removing the head of my pancreas, which is where Jeffrey resides, my gallbladder, my bile duct, and potentially part of my stomach and my small intestine. And they're going to take what's left and connect it into the other stuff that is left. And somehow through the magic of modern medicine, my body's still going to function, and according to my doctors, I will have a pretty normal life after that's all said and done. Other than, maybe some digestive issues, there are some digestive enzymes that I may have to end up taking, in the long term to help me digest food better. But hopefully that should just restore pretty normal function to me, and I will have a pretty normal lifespan after that. So I'm encouraged by the fact that my surgeon, Dr. L, is apparently one of the best pancreatic surgeons in the country. He is the chief of general surgery at the facility, and he apparently does 75 or more of this procedure a year, which is good. I haven't been enough of a smart ass to ask him how many of those patients actually live after that. But my research tells me that, when the surgery first started being used a lot, in the 1930s, it had a pretty high mortality rate. Now the mortality rate for this surgery is under 5%, which is really good considering. I mean, they're basically rewiring my insides like they're hot wiring a car. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't really freaked out about it. Sorry. I've never had surgery in my life. I've been really fortunate up until this time to be really healthy. And I'm terrified. I just am. But I have a lot of really, really great support. And, I've been getting so much love from people I don't even know since I got sick. People that I didn't even know were donating money to the Indiegogo campaign, that was running for about a month to raise funds, to go toward my out-of-pocket medical expenses. And I'm overwhelmed by how amazing that is. I got help from people in the belly dance community, which is a big part of my life, but people that I don't even know in the belly dance community and certainly don't know who I am. And, the Ren Fair community, which has also been part of my life for a long time. I'm really, really super lucky. I don't know how people who are going through what I'm going through that don't have these broad, huge support networks get through it. I don't. And most of them have it harder physically than I do. So, you know what? I am in awe of people who are able to do it. I don't think I would be tough enough to do that with all the help and the support and the love that I've been getting from people. So I'm trying my best to remain optimistic. I will probably post another video after we find out what's going on in there and what Jeffrey's sentence is. I'm looking forward to just kind of moving forward and getting this all resolved. And in happier news, there is actually, I lied. There's one more reason that I was making this video, because I have never really made online videos before, and this is kind of an experimental learning thing for me because tentatively, my BFF, Lena, I also refer to her as my turtle, or my otter, on, if you ever read my Facebook, and there's stupid, corny reasons that we call each other that. She and I live far apart geographically. I'm in South Florida at the moment. She's in Minneapolis. And we just don't really get to talk as much sometimes as we would like to. We certainly don't see each other as much as we would like. But she has been a tremendous, supportive force in my life for almost 10 years, I think. Oh my God, we're old. And we are told frequently when we interact with each other that we are funny and that we're just generally entertaining and amusing to watch interact with each other. So we have hit upon the idea of not just Skyping with each other on a regular basis, but also recording these sessions and sort of making a YouTube show out of it. And we're both geeks of many different flavors. And hopefully we'll just have a lot of funny, interesting things to say. And, I mean, it's entirely possible that people are just being polite and we're not actually as funny as people tell us we are. But we think that we're pretty funny. We're probably more amused by ourselves and each other than most people will be. But that's okay. I'm stealing myself for the haters on YouTube. And I promise that it will not be the Naomi has a pity party about being sick show. I promise that there will be lots of discussion about other stuff that is funny and way more entertaining. So anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I really appreciate, again, all of the love and all of the support and all of the messages of encouragement and just good stuff that I've been getting. I really had no idea until I got sick just how big-hearted the people that sort of were in my orbit are, and it's amazing to me how people are capable of caring about the well-being of somebody they don't even know, that they're only kind of connected to in the most tenuous, Kevin Bacon-esque kind of way. So I would say that as much as getting sick has really sucked ass, if I were to add up all the pros and cons, there are a lot more pros that have come out of this than cons, for sure. So, thank you for watching this and indulging me. And when we find out on Monday what the deal is and what's coming next, then I will probably post another video. And yeah, that's it. Mwah.